Hello friends, this is Matthew Almeida. Religion can be used to do something good. Religion can be used to destroy something. Religious institutions can be beneficial to people at some time, and at some time it can be very destructive, causing enmities, divisions. Religious structures can become a means of unity, a reminder of God's presence, while at the same time they can be used to divide people, to spread hatred. But in all this, those who play the most important role, who can properly guide the faithful, are the religious leaders. As Chandrayan 3 successfully lands on the moon, bringing pride to our country, through this organization called ISRO, I am here today to bring to you a story which must have kept been in hidden, which maybe nobody tells you, but it was very significant. Why was it significant? We know that Vikram Sarabhai, who is considered the father of space research of India, and with him Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, were looking for a place to start the Space Research Center. They were not finding a very good place. Then they found this place in Thalam in Kerala, which is at the equatorial magnitude. Now, what is the advantage of this place? The advantage of this place is it is a place where you can successfully launch rockets, spacecrafts, etc. And it can be a closer to reach to the moon than in any other place. But they had a problem. The spot which they had found on the latitudes and longitudinals cloud counting, they realized that there exists a church dedicated to Saint Mary Magdalene. And therefore, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam recounts this whole event in his book Ignited Minds. He says Dr. Vikram Sarabhai and he, along with other companions, went to the church. At that time, there was Bishop Dr. Pereira, who was in charge of the church there. He spoke to the bishop, putting forward their ideas and what they are planning to do, a great work to bring pride to our country. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam says the bishop kept quiet for some time and told them to come on the next day, which was a Sunday, for the Sunday service. When the service was going on, Bishop Pereira stood up at the altar and he spoke to the faithful. He said, amongst us are great scientists who are trying to do a great thing for our country. They want to start space research. And they want to build that institution here where the church is existing. Can we give the place of God, the abode of God, for the work of science? And he says, there was silence for some time, and then immediately after that, all of them said, Amen. These people were mostly fishermen, and they had become Christians by the preaching of St. Francis Xavier. And it was St. Francis Xavier who had established this church, which was why it was very important for them. However, with the good guidance of Bishop Pereira, these people realized that they could even have a church, but this would become a sign of national pride. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam then says that the prayer room was converted into a laboratory, then the other bishop's room was converted into an office, the cowshed was converted into an assembling room, and so on and so forth. And the first missile was launched in the gardens of this church. Today, ISRO brings pride to the whole nation. People all across the world are looking at India's successful mission Chandrayan 3 on the moon. But behind that is a sacrifice of this great community, a very humble people, and Reverend Dr. Bishop Pereira, who guided properly his faithful. If we work this way, we will be doing great deal and benefit for our country. So, we wish a great success for Chandrayan 3, and we hope that India will reach ahead in space research sciences. Thank you. That's all for today.